Okay, welcome back. And in this video, talking about the moment of truth, trying to get your club into the right impact position. I know a lot of golfers really struggle, especially with the irons, to really create an impact position where the handle is forward. You got some compression, hitting down on the ball, keeping that wrist angle so you have some lag in there to really get that sweet spot contact, good power, good backspin. And to do that, you need to work on some drills. Most likely, if you have a bad impact position, you're going to have to work on some drills to cure that. Now, when I was getting better at golf, when I was probably in my late teens and 20s, a lot of the pros I was hanging around with at the golf course said, you got to get out there and work on your impact drills. Didn't know what that was, so they took me to the range and showed me how I had to hit shots and really work on driving that handle forward, keeping this position, even with very small swings and short swings, to drill that in. I hit thousands of shots to do that, but it helped immensely. And I think anyone who's ever gone from shooting 100 to 90 to 80 to 70, somewhere in that journey, you're going to have to be on the range working on your impact drills and impact position in order to get that great impact. Now, a lot of times with other sports, baseball and some other things, when you get to the top, you'll notice that the body tries to spin the wrong direction. From those sports, the upper body tends to try to take over and rotate really hard. A lot of times when that rotation is happening, the weight is staying more on the back foot as well. Weight stays back, body spins, club gets over the top. And once it gets over the top, you start to lose that wrist angle, start to cast it, and that creates all this bad impact position with that wrist going this way, flipping up at it, no compression, topping it, thinning it, hitting shots to the right. Club usually exits quickly to the left, which also creates that slice spin that you're not looking for. Okay, so a good understanding of what's going on with your own swing that's going to help do video, then you can kind of see what's happening. If your video is looking pretty good in terms of getting up to the top of the swing, you're in a good spot up here, and you feel like your transition move is working well, then it's going to be about training in the wrists and the arms to get through impact. If you feel like your body motion isn't good, work on the body motion first and then on the arms. So what I mean by that is you're up at the top and your body motion is good, meaning your weight transfers to your left foot, that get a little slide to your left. That allows the club to get into the slot here, drops the right shoulder, keeps the head behind the ball. If that's your good transition move, then it's just going to be a matter of training in what happens from here all the way to the ball. So this sort of quarter of the swing down here where the club's approaching the ball is what you have to train in the most. If, however, you're up to the top of the swing here and you are one of those players who's spinning and rotating the shoulders, moving the head forward, and the weight possibly staying on the back foot, you're going to have to get in the mirror and work on that pivot motion first before the arms can start working properly. So if you're a spinner and you're coming over the top, work on winding it up, push those hips forward. That's your first move. Then start moving the right shoulder underneath or your trail shoulder underneath. And the more your back shoulder drops or your trail shoulder drops, the more it will start to drive the hands forward and create more compression. So that's sort of step one, get the pivot motion working back and through properly to allow the club to get into the slot where you can start to create some lag coming down. Now, once you have that figured out, the moment of truth in the training is really going to come into the reps you put in from this point here to impact and slightly beyond. And that's where you have to put those reps in over and over again, maybe hit an 8-iron, a 7-iron, a 6-iron. To really learn that, hitting off of grass tends to work better. If you're hitting off of a mat, you can still tell the good quality contact where you're getting ball first contact, not getting that mat first. If hitting off the grass, instant feedback when you hit it fat, whereas the mat might disguise that slightly. But practice enough, you can tell the difference between a good solid ball first strike versus the mat first. So as you're coming down, I'm going to break this down. Good position, hip shift left first. Club gets in the slot, right shoulder's dropping or rear shoulder's dropping, head staying behind the ball. Now from this point right here, if you've already been a player that's not doing it correctly, your wrists are going to want to start dumping. Even though your body motion is good, the old habits will create this movement where your wrists want to start dumping this way. This wrist starts to cup and go the wrong direction. The right hand works underneath and the face opens as you're coming in. So you get an open club face, which is going to hit it thin. It's going to slice it, of course, and never get under the ball to get any kind of backspin. You'll never hit down on it because the club is in this position as it's coming into the golf ball. So as you're coming down, right into here. You get that pivot motion working correctly. The weight's in the right place. Your head is back. Back shoulder's working underneath. Keep that lag. And the more you start turning this wrist this direction, or the back of your palm downward, and you can see the club face changing into a stronger position. As this wrist changes this way, the back wrist or right wrist for me will turn also into more lag as I'm coming in. And now I have even more lag I'm creating. And as I keep driving that weight forward and the shoulder under, you can see it really pushes those hands forward. And I'm in a very strong position here coming into impact. Now, one of the best ways to hit balls is get that good position, nail it in the mirror, learn what it feels like and looks like, and then start hitting shots where you hit the ball, ball first contact, and just stop right here. Then you can actually look down and see if you've kept those wrists in the right position. If you're used to doing it wrong, you're going to try to feel it here, but your brain and your habits are going to give that up, and you're going to look over here in a minute and see something like this instead of something like this here. Do it right, looks like something like this. And you can see you still have those solid positions here and here. And there's no way you had any sort of flipping motion giving you the improper impact. Now, it's important to hit those shots where you stop short, because by stopping short, you can easily start to just see and feel exactly what you're looking for. Now, the ball's going to go low to the ground. It might go on the ground. Kind of irrelevant in the first 40 or 50 balls you hit, because you're just trying to get in that feeling here to keep that position all the way through. Now, once you know you can start getting that feel, you can start going through a little bit farther and let the club start to rehinge and come up. And as you make a bigger swing, you'll get more power, more backspin, a little more flight out of it. But it's so important that you break this habit of whatever's in your subconscious, whatever from other sports that's lingering around in your brain, that's creating some kind of movement where you create that sort of scenario where the wrists are unloading early, your hands are trying to hit it, or you're simply spinning so hard with your upper body that that's the only way for your brain to sort of get the club head to catch up, just by flinging the club head out there as you come through. Obviously, when you fling it or you're spinning, you'll always get a glancing shot. You'll never hit it dead solid. You can somewhat hit a driver okay that way because it's up on a tall tee. It's probably still going to slice some, but you can still get something on the ball there and get some kind of contact on a driver, or if it's on a big enough tee. But hitting off the grass or the mat, almost impossible. Okay, so I hope that helps you figure out how to create a better impact position, give you some drills to do to work on that. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it down below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.